What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How are you guys doing? My name is Tiffany Pablo, aka Credit Queen 323 of America's Tax Services and Credit Repair. Today we are going to be talking about what is going on in these car dealerships. Let's talk about these car dealerships, how janky they can be, how much of a deposit that they are requiring when you go into the car dealership to get approved. For you guys that's been to car dealerships before, we know how scary, how uncertain, how much difficulties that we can have when in fact going to get a car that we want, right? So for me personally, before I had good credit, I had bad credit. And going to a car dealership was one of the most dreadful things that I had to do, but was something that I needed to do because I needed to get a good quality car in a short period of time with a little bit of money. Meaning for me, what that meant for me is that I could easily take $2,000. Back then, that was a lot. That was a huge down payment. But what I've been seeing recently with you guys is that $2,000, these car dealerships are going crazy, but we're going to talk about that. But for me, it was going to a car dealership with $2,000 versus having $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for a good, to purchase an okay vehicle to be able to drive my family around. The odds was better for me to just go to the dealership and get this vehicle, put $2,000 down and not care about the car payment. But in the process of doing that, I've learned a lot and also added to what I know now because I am aware of credit and how credit works. Knowing now what I know when it comes down to credit, when I go into a dealership, I'm out of there within 30 minutes, okay? Within 30 minutes, everything is taken care of. And even though now we're in this pandemic, most of us are not having to even go into the dealership regardless of if you have good credit or not. However, let's make sure that we get you qualified for that vehicle. So this scenario we're talking about, you're already decided what you wanted. You've already decided that you want that Lexus truck. You're going into the dealership right now. I want that Lexus truck. If the dealership tells you that you have to have an astronomical down payment, you want to step back and think about it. If they're telling you to come to the table with more than $2,500 on a down payment, step back, reassess. The Lexus truck is not going anywhere. However, your money is definitely going somewhere. Step back, ask yourself, do I need this vehicle today? Okay, do I need it today? Because granted, it may be a scenario where you do need the vehicle today. But if in your heart of hearts and after you reflect that and ask yourself that serious question, do I need this vehicle today? So if your answer to yourself is no, go home, look at your credit report, okay? If your credit score starts with either a 3, 4, 5 or low 6s, you want to work on building that credit score up. I have a list of items in my bio that is free to you, okay? It's free to you to learn how to build your credit score within a certain amount of time frame, because what you don't want to do is go in and give these dealerships $10,000. I had a client, not going to mention any names, everything is confidential, everything is judgment free, but I had a client that literally put down $10,000 on a Kia, okay, on a Kia, not a Lexus truck, but a Kia, and still had a payment, mind you. Okay, I gotta scream this. Mind you, the car alone probably only costs, I believe it costs like $12,000 or $14,000, okay, at the most. But because of the bad credit score that the client had, the interest rate was 29.7%, okay? And the car payment was still close to the 400s. I don't care if they're going to put you in the truck within 5 minutes. Also, you ask yourself, well, what should I be paying for a car payment? What do people typically pay for a car? Let me just go ahead and tell you. A typical payment on good credit is depending on the value of a car. So let's take the Lexus truck, okay? Lexus truck, you could be paying anywhere from $200 to $300 on a new Lexus truck with about $2,500 due at signing to about $3,000 due at signing, and you'll be paid under $400. Okay, that's where you should be, and that's for a brand new Lexus truck. Now keep in mind that's depending on the value. Now if you want to get all the shindigs, all the hooplas, then we got to take into consideration your credit score, right, and the amount that it costs. It's better to go off of the interest rates. Okay, so you want to make sure that the interest rates are no more than 9%. You get anywhere between 9-12%, you're in a good place. You don't want to be anywhere over 12%, okay, for interest rates when it comes to purchasing a vehicle. So step back, reflect, ask yourself that question, and do I need this vehicle right now? If you can go ahead and give yourself some time to be able to build up your credit, I highly recommend that you do that, because you are going to be paying out of pocket way more than that car is ever worth to you by having a low credit score. Granted, I know, and I've been there, that it's instant gratification. We need it now. We think that we can afford it because we don't foresee the future telling us anything about getting laid off, anything about a pandemic, and we just know that we got this money today and right now, and I'm going to go ahead and sign on this dotted line. But granted, you're signing on that dotted line for about 5+ years of making this payment. You don't want to be in a situation where you're obligated to pay something where you're really getting ripped off for 5 years. So you're signing away, you're signing on a dotted line that you agree to being ripped off for 5 years. Yes, you can come back and refinance, but why not save that initial down payment, right? Why not save the months that you've already invested and go ahead and start with repairing your credit? You can build your credit score up within 30 to 60 days. It's that easy. It's that simple. Do not be afraid of studying the FCRA, finding out the over 300 criteria. They have over 300 criteria that they have to adhere to add something on your credit report. Take the time out, invest the time in yourself, and fix your credit yourself for free. Then go back to the car dealership, let them run your credit, and then give you a better interest rate, okay? Also, what you can do, and what a lot of people have been doing wrong, I did it before wrong in the past, is I went straight to the car dealership. If you have a credit union, okay, go to your credit union first. Have them approve you. Now, that does not mean to bypass the credit repair situation. If your credit score starts with a 3, 4, 5, low 6s, you are going to be getting ripped off at any car dealership, whatever you sign up for, okay? So this is still after you've gone ahead, you identified your issue, you identified the fact that you're being ripped off, you identified the fact where your credit score lies, then you've built your credit score up, and now your credit score is in the mid 6s or higher. Now you can go over to your credit union. You can go ahead and apply to be to receive a loan through them, right? They're only going to run your credit one time. If you go to the car dealership is going to run your credit multiple times. Now you've gotten over 15, 30 inquiries on your credit report because they're searching the searching the finance companies that's going to approve you. Simply bypass the dealership, go to the credit union, get approved. The credit union will cut you a check within 24 hours, hand it to you. Then you can go to the dealership with more buying power. And we all know that credit unions are favorable upon interest rates. Your interest rate will most likely be less than going and getting financed through the car dealership or having them locate someone that will finance you themselves. It lets you already know what you qualify for, right? Because you'll be sitting in that dealership And at that dealership, they'll run your credit. You may want that Lexus truck, but when they run your credit, they'll come back and tell you that you qualify for the Toyota Corolla. But when you go to your credit union, you're going to already know if you qualify for that $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 because they're going to hand you a check. Therefore, you can take that check to the Lexus dealer and have all the buying power in the world. So that's what I want to see for you guys. I want to see you guys having the buying power that you deserve. It's nothing better in the world than to go somewhere, walk through the door. It exudes confidence when your credit score is there, okay? You walk through the door already knowing what you qualify for, and no one can tell you anything different. Why not enter the car dealership on a note like that? Don't sit there and waste your time, going in, getting ripped off, your time, your money. You know, this is also money that you can invest in your family. This is also money you could be saving to take your family on a vacation. This is money that you could be putting aside to invest in that private school that you've always wanted to send your kids to by simply repairing your credit before you go into the dealership. It is not hard, I promise you. If I can fix my credit, so can you. Put the work and time into yourself. Invest in yourself by gaining knowledge. It takes something as simple as maybe studying the FCRA for an hour, 2 hours a day. That will give you enough time to be able to learn what the laws are that will help you build a future for you and your family, because you will not be paying the rates that you would be if your credit was not so good. So I do have a do-it-yourself credit repair ebook that is located in my bio. Click the link in my bio. All that information is already available at your fingertips to help you be able to repair your credit yourself. It's a great investment in yourself. It's a great investment for your family as well, because your family will benefit from you being able to help them with repairing their credit. I have a couple of clients that's downloaded my credit repair do-it-yourself book, and now they're repairing credit for other people and other individuals as well. So it's something that I definitely recommend you take the time out to go and look into. Make sure you click the link in my bio, and it's the first option. It's in this month's deals, okay?